most of the poor tribal population. એકવાર જરા રિહર્સ કરી લઈએ ટાઈમિંગ માટે.
This video program attempts to talk about the hardships of the timru leaf pluckers of Gujarat. It is a story of their collective strength and struggle. Stretching from Iqbalgarh village of Banaskantha district in the north to Dharampur village in Valsad district in the south, the timru pan belt in Gujarat has 1 lakh pluckers for whom this is a major income activity of the year. Since the plight of the timru leaf pluckers of Gujarat state is no different from their counterparts in the other states, the facts presented here represent their struggle all over the country. For the tribals living amongst depleting forest land and dry mountains, life is full of hardships. Thus the timru leaf season, which lasts only for a month and a half, is a crucial earning period for them. Unproductive land, lack of irrigation, and scanty rainfall in Banaskantha, Sabarkantha, and Panchmahal districts affects the lives of tribals who have been economically and socially deprived since ages and continue to be so. Even after 4 decades of independence, the dream of employment is a far cry for them, and thus the season of timru leaf plucking becomes the major income activity for most of the poor tribal population. The work of climbing the trees, plucking of leaves, selecting them, arranging them, and tying them in bundles is generally done by women. At times, children too lend a helping hand. Let us now see a day in the life of a Timru leaf plucker. Starting from dawn or even before the first rays of the sun touch the dark skies, these women reach the interior of the forest to pluck leaves. After plucking the leaves, they have to reach back home to complete the numerous household chores. By afternoon, they get engaged in selecting the tender leaves and tying them in bundles. In the evening, the tied bundles are then taken to the Fad Munshi, who is an agent of the trader. The Fad Munshi in turn pays them 10 to 20 rupees, for which the family has slogged the whole day. To give an illustration of how much oppression takes place, this example will suffice. In 1989, for a bundle of 100 leaves, the labor paid was rupees 11, while the retail price for the same bundle sold in the open market was rupees 128. Thus the tender green leaf in the forest, plucked by the tribal, becomes a commodity for the trader, who reaps massive profits at the cost of the tribal's sweat and blood. Let us now see what happens to the leaves that have reached the Fad Munshi. The Fad Munshi checks the leaves, rejects a few, and dries the selected ones. The Fad checker, who is generally an outsider, represents the trader. The Fad checker then dispatches the leaves to the trader's godowns. The trader, in this case, is a person who has bought a portion of the forest area on lease from the State Forest Development Corporation. The leaves thus pass through several hands before they reach the open market. The women now are no longer silent spectators to this oppression. The reality of poverty and hardships on one side, and the increasing wealth of the traders on the other side, have now opened their eyes. Listen to these drum beats. They reflect the first signs of protest. Before we talk about our collective struggle, let us listen to what some of us have to say.
Since how many days have you been plucking leaves?
This season I have been plucking since the last 4-5 days.
Yesterday, how much money did you get?
I got 9 rupees,
How many bundles?
69 bundles.
You think you got the right amount?
We have to accept whatever they give us. We cannot say that it is less. You give us more.
Why can't you say it is less?
Oh, we cannot say that. They will quickly say that you pick up your bundle and go home.
How much will you earn today?
Around 5 rupees.
Yesterday, had you gone to collect leaves?
Yes, yesterday we got 12 rupees.
For how many bundles?
110.
For 110 bundles, you should get a little over 12 rupees, isn't it? What is the rate?
11 rupees.
11 rupees for 100 bundles. Didn't you get 10 paisa less per bundle?
Yes, we got less.
Did you realize you got less?
My sister had gone for selling.
We labor for 16 hours. Early morning we leave at 5 for the hills and come back at noon. Then we prepare food, after which all of us work. When the whole family works, we get 7 rupees for 100 bundles. How can that fill our stomachs?
The woman who goes to pluck leaves comes back home to find there is no water in the pot. She sweeps the floor, goes to the well, fills the water, and comes back home to find her children are crying because of hunger. Since she has left early morning to collect leaves, there is nobody to feed the children. She prepares the food, feeds the children, and quickly sits down to tie the leaves. Then she goes to sell the leaves. Over there, that blasted Fudmoon, she rejects many of the leaves. Ultimately, she does not get enough money. What is the use of all this labor?
We demanded 22 rupees, but we did not get that much.
What happened then?
We all fought for it, but the trader left.
Then that trader did not return?
No, this year another trader has come, not the one who came last year.
Since the same trader did not come back, you couldn't demand more from him, isn't it?
We demanded but did not get anything.
What's your income?
At times 50 people turn up and at times 100.